She was not just a queen, she was the last pharaoh of ancient Egypt, and her name still echoes through history as a symbol of power, intelligence, and seduction. But behind the legend, who was Cleopatra really? Born in 69 BCE in Alexandria, Cleopatra Desai belonged to the Ptolemaic dynasty, a Greek family that had ruled Egypt since the time of Alexander the Great. Despite being of Macedonian Greek origin, Cleopatra was the first of her line to learn the Egyptian language, a bold move that helped her connect with her people in a deeply symbolic way. From a young age, Cleopatra demonstrated remarkable political savvy. She co-ruled with her father and later with her brothers, whom she was forced to marry by tradition. But behind palace walls, power struggles were fierce. Cleopatra was eventually exiled by her own brother, only to return with strategic brilliance and reclaim her throne with the help of Julius Caesar. Far from the one-dimensional temptress history often portrays, Cleopatra was a multilingual scholar, a skilled diplomat, and a master of statecraft. Her reign marked the final chapter of pharaonic Egypt, and she fought to keep her kingdom independent in a world dominated by rising Roman power. Their meeting changed the course of history. When Cleopatra met Julius Caesar, it wasn't just a romance, it was a calculated alliance between two of the most powerful figures of the ancient world. In 48 BCE, after being ousted from power by her brother, Cleopatra arranged a secret meeting with Caesar in Alexandria. According to legend, she had herself smuggled into his quarters, rolled inside a carpet. Whether myth or fact, this dramatic gesture won her not just Caesar's attention, but also his political support. Caesar helped Cleopatra defeat her brother in a brutal civil war, restoring her to the throne as co-ruler. Their relationship deepened, and Cleopatra gave birth to a son, Caesarion, claiming he was Caesar's heir. This put her in an unprecedented position, a foreign queen with personal and political ties to Rome's most powerful man. Cleopatra's time in Rome was carefully calculated. While she dazzled Roman society, her presence also stirred controversy. Many Roman elites saw her as a threat, a foreign monarch influencing Roman affairs. But Cleopatra understood the stakes. Aligning herself with Caesar was her best chance to protect Egypt's independence and secure her dynasty's future. It was a high-stakes game of politics, power and survival. When Julius Caesar was assassinated in 44 BCE, Cleopatra lost not only a powerful ally but also her strongest protection in Rome. In the political chaos that followed, she turned her attention to another rising Roman leader, Mark Antony. Their meeting in 41 BCE was as strategic as it was dramatic. Cleopatra arrived in Tarsus on a lavish barge dressed as the goddess Isis, knowing that Antony, ambitious and theatrical himself, would be captivated. And he was. Their alliance quickly became both political and romantic. Antony, part of the ruling Roman triumvirate, needed Egypt's wealth and Cleopatra's support to fund his military campaigns. Cleopatra needed Antony's strength to maintain her throne and Egypt's independence. Together, they formed one of the most famous and controversial partnerships in history. The Roman world, however, viewed their relationship as a betrayal. Antony was accused of turning his back on Rome, especially when he publicly recognized Cleopatra's children as heirs and gave them territories. Their bond wasn't just scandalous, it threatened the fragile balance of power in the empire. Their union became a symbol of East versus West, love versus duty, and ultimately triggered the final war that would seal the fate of both Cleopatra and the Ptolemaic dynasty. Cleopatra didn't just rule, she performed power. Every decision she made, from the way she dressed to the way she spoke, was a calculated act of political theater. Far from being a passive figure swept along by events, she actively shaped her image as a divine, untouchable queen. Cleopatra styled herself as the reincarnation of the goddess Isis, merging her political authority with religious symbolism. This wasn't vanity, it was strategy. By presenting herself as a living goddess, she reinforced her legitimacy in the eyes of her people and solidified her control. But Cleopatra's most powerful weapon was not her beauty, as Roman propaganda would later suggest. It was her mind. She spoke at least 9 languages, studied philosophy, mathematics, and astronomy, and held her own in negotiations with some of the most ruthless men of her time. She knew how to read a room, whether in the opulence of her court in Alexandria or in the cold, calculated politics of Rome. She also mastered propaganda, commissioning coins, statues, and temples that projected her power. These were not mere symbols, they were tools of influence. Cleopatra used every available channel culture, religion, love, and fear to maintain her throne in a world built to see her fail. And Cleopatra's fall was as dramatic as her rise, marked by war, betrayal, and a legendary death that has fascinated the world for centuries. The turning point came at the Battle of Actium in 31 BCE, a decisive naval confrontation between the forces of Cleopatra and Mark Antony and those of Octavian, the future Augustus Caesar. Antony and Cleopatra's fleet was defeated, not just by superior Roman tactics, but by internal disorganization and dwindling support. As their ships fled back to Egypt, it became clear that their empire of influence was collapsing. Back in Alexandria, facing inevitable invasion by Octavian's forces, Antony died by suicide, believing Cleopatra had already taken her own life. Upon finding him dying, Cleopatra reportedly had him brought to her and cradled him as he passed. Shortly after, she too chose death over submission. The exact method is still debated. Was it a venomous asp or poison she had hidden? Either way, Cleopatra's death in 30 BCE marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty. With her gone, Egypt became a Roman province, ruled directly by the empire. Her son Caesarion was captured and executed. Cleopatra's final act was one of defiance, refusing to be paraded through Rome as a conquered queen. More than 2,000 years after her death, Cleopatra remains one of history's most captivating figures. But how much of what we know is true? Much of her legacy has been distorted by Roman propaganda, especially by Octavian, who painted her as a manipulative seductress to justify his war against her. In reality, Cleopatra was a brilliant and capable ruler who led Egypt through some of its most politically turbulent years. Modern historians and archaeologists are now working to peel back the myths. Cleopatra wasn't just a lover of powerful men. She was a scholar, a linguist, and a strategist who held her empire together in the face of Roman expansion. Her story has inspired countless films, books, and academic debates, but separating legend from fact remains a challenge. What we do know is that Cleopatra defied the expectations of her time and of ours. Her life wasn't just about romance or tragedy, it was about survival, leadership, and legacy. She was the last ruler of a once great civilization, and she made sure her name would never be forgotten. If you found Cleopatra's real story as fascinating as the myth, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into ancient history's greatest figures.